Hey guys, Becky Timms here for The Drive at 5 on, this is Wednesday. So happy Wednesday to you. Today I wanted to talk about your Amazon account health. How is your Amazon account? So I posted earlier today. I usually don't drop ship, but my family has a drop shipping account, and just one sale, almost $85 profit, like 84 and some change, and that includes a $15 cashback option. And so after I posted that, and I haven't been posting my personal results this year, but after I posted that, like 6 people immediately went to my website because I get the email notifications, and I was like, wow, have I been spammed? And guys, let me tell you, just because I'm not posting my results, they are there. Hey Tim, thanks for joining The Drive at 5. I get on here every day. I'm like, Amazon's where it's at. Amazon's where it's at. And a lot of you have taken me up on this and have signed up for the training. So, they say that the average person can recruit 2 people in network marketing. And network marketing has like a negative connotation, and especially if you have to recruit your friends and family to make money. Well, in my company, it's a training platform, so you don't have to recruit anyone. In fact, I attract a lot of introverts to me and to the company, and so they are silently killing it on Amazon and eBay. And so today I just went to look, because it's always really good to see where you came from. And I went to look today, and in the past, since January 12th of 2014, so a little over 3 years ago, I have helped 602 people sell on e-commerce. Guys, where the average person can help 2 people. I remember my very first 3 ladies that signed up with me. I did not know them, and I posted, so this was like in January. Actually, I didn't even have any results yet. I lost 7 cents on my first sale, but guys, I was so excited. I'm still excited today. This is the best thing since sliced bread, if you ask me. You don't have to recruit your friends and family. You don't have to leave your house if you don't want to. I mean, there's so many ways to make money, but what's the problem is fear. I talked about this yesterday, the fear of losing money. What if it doesn't work? Well, let me ask you this. What if it does work? So today I wanted to just jump on here and talk about your Amazon account health, because that was one of the hashtags that I put in my post. Is my account health is really, really, really good. And so someone wrote me back, and they were like, well, what are your metrics? And remember, if you don't monitor it, you can't measure it. And so if you don't measure it, you can't monitor it. And so I have my printout of my health records here, and so I'm gonna read it. Hey Valerie, thanks for joining The Drive at 5. I can't wait to see you guys next Friday. It's almost a week away, and I know I'm going to try and get a lot of sleep before I get there, because, guys, there are so many golden nuggets in Baltimore. It's going to be in Baltimore next weekend for the Q4 Expo. I don't even think there's any more tickets, but if you got your ticket, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see you and just share a lot of knowledge with you. I started working on my presentation. I still have to finish it for next weekend, but hopefully I'll get it to Nikki before the deadline. So anyway, back to your Amazon account health. The first thing is order defect rate. You have targets, and it has to be less than 1%. And then negative feedback. So my negative feedback is 1 out of 4,219 orders. That's pretty phenomenal, guys. 4219. So that's good. A to Z guarantee claim. I've never personally had an A to Z guarantee claim, but basically what that is if you are a buyer, Amazon protects you from A to Z. So if you don't receive your product or whatever, and I'm a firm believer that the reason I've never received an A to Z claim is because I wow my customers. I've learned that through my company here. Customer focus is key. It's key, and you need to do that in your business as well. So you don't want the customers to have a whoa moment. You want them to have a wow moment. And if you do, you'll never get an A to Z guarantee claim. And so one of the things that I want to address, not in this video, but in another video, is I posted today on my Facebook wall about, what is one tip that you would give an e-commerce seller? And probably 90% of my responses had to do with mindset and patience. I mean, teaching you how to do this is easy. You can watch a video, learn it, do it, but it's the patience, it's the mindset, it's the roller coaster ride that you're going to go on as an Amazon seller, as an eBay seller, as a Shopify, to sell on Google, wherever you're selling. I mean, it's ups and downs and twirls and rips and going backwards. It's fun though, and at the end you were like, whoa, what a ride. And even while you're still on the ride, you're like, oh, what's coming next? Because there will be something, believe me. Even in my own business, I see it all the time. So just prepare for the roller coaster ride. So, okay, we've got negative feedback, we've got A to Z claims, chargeback claims. Knock on my glass window, I've never had a chargeback claim either. And I know a lot of this is because I don't drop ship usually. I sell, Amazon does everything for me. If I were to drop ship now, my profit has to be above $50. I mean, there's no spending $100 to make $2 or spending $100 to make $5. I don't have time for that. A lot of people do, and they make money, and that's great for them, but it's just not my personal business model. But I do know how to drop ship. And remember, you need to do opposite of what everyone else is doing. So if everyone is using Walmart, don't use Walmart. And I say that all the time. So think outside of the box, and you'll do very, very well with drop shipping. And another thing, if you're a drop shipper, go to Google and look at companies right in your own backyard. Just today, I was at work. We actually had a barbecue at work. The contractors were celebrating the 18 months they've been on our plant, and they completed a project. So it was kind of a thank you lunch. And so I was talking with one of the engineers that I've known for my entire 21 years in this industry. And somehow, some way, it came up about private labeling. And guys, you know what he just did last week? He just received a patent on an amazing product for plantar fasciitis. And he's like, Becky, I need to know how to take this to market. And I'm like, what? I got your back, man. I got you. So, I mean, I've known Jim 21 years, never knew he patented a product, never knew he was even trying to patent a product, but just because I asked the right questions, I found that information out. So I would encourage you to do that as well. So I'm going to help him get his product to market as well, because a lot of people suffer from foot pain, including myself. If you're a chemist or a scientist or a hairdresser and you stand on your feet a lot, I would highly encourage you to really take care of your feet. So that is something that I'm going to help him bring to market as well. The other is your product policy compliance. Do you have any product authenticity customer complaints? I have 0 complaints. Product safety customer complaints. I have 0 complaints. Shipping performance, late shipment. You can set your own shipping time in when you set up your listing. And you just go, I think it's called production time, and you say, I need 5 days or 3 days or 1 day or whatever you need before you can promise the item to the customer, because you want to give them more. So if you say, I ship in 5 days, when you really ship in 3, so you have that little cushion in there, and then the customer is like, oh, I got my package 4 days early or whatever. So that's a good practice. The other thing is pre-fulfillment cancel rate. It needs to be less than 2.5% if you're merchant fulfilling. That means that you don't take an item and sell it and then it's out of stock and you have to cancel. That will hurt your metrics, because nobody wants to go shopping on Amazon and then receive an email and say, I'm sorry, I'm out of stock, or I'm sorry, whatever the issue is. So you really want to watch that whenever you're listing on Amazon. And then the last thing is the valid tracking rate. And if you remember, this is the one thing I've had plenty of issues with this. Actually, it was in May 2014. Remember, I started selling in January. My first sale wasn't until St. Patrick's Day, so I wasn't even on Amazon, 2 months yet, and I got suspended. And the reason I got suspended is because I was cheap. I didn't want to pay 7 cents, additional 7 cents for 200 packages to get a tracking number, so I just shipped the item first class, which I highly do not recommend that you do that. So anyway, you want your valid tracking rate to be above 95% because customers want to know that their item's coming. So I hope these tips on your Amazon account helps you get a healthy checkup from the neck up when you're looking at your stats and metrics in Amazon. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. I will have to say, tomorrow's my Toastmasters meeting, and I have decided on Thursdays, the 4th Thursday of the month, I am not going to wear mascara because I don't know, well, y'all didn't say anything, but last month when I went to Toastmasters, and you never know what people are going to talk about, but I was in the meeting. I know I did the Drive at 5 afterwards, and I had like big black eyes because I had been crying my eyes out. But there were 3 speeches at last month's Toastmaster meeting, and the first one was about moms for Mother's Day, and so it made me miss my mom, but I didn't cry. I was like, okay. And then the second one was about breast cancer, and that made me think about my friend that had breast cancer. And then the third one, this is the one that got me. This girl, she opened her speech with, okay, imagine you have a black bag and you put everything in your bag and then you're taken away from home. What would you put in your bag? And she was like, for me, and she was telling her things. She would take like her inhaler and her pocketbook and, you know, a few other things. And it turned out that she was a foster parent, and this is what usually happens when people show up at when kids show up at her house. They have a black bag, and it immediately took me back to the bag that I took to my foster parents' home when they picked us up from school when I was in the 7th grade. And I was just crying and crying. And okay, so I'm a director here at my work, and most people don't know my past. You guys do, unless they watch me on YouTube or something. And so I was like, and I'm asking you, I need ideas because I'm very empathetic. I have enough empathy for everyone. And so I cry easily. I'll cry all the time. I just cry. My boys are like, oh gosh, she's just crying again. But whenever you're in a setting like these, people knew no reason why I was crying. And I mean, I was like big crocodile tears. So how do you quit crying once you start crying? If someone, or if you feel yourself starting to cry. And then the other thing was, I was the Toastmaster of the day, so I had to speak right after. I was like crying big crocodile tears, and I'm sure they were like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with Becky, you know? And I was like, I just cry all the time, and I do, and they know that. But if you have a tip, just drop it in the comments, because I'd love to read it. Also, share this video, like it, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. I'm so excited. You know, when I first started doing these Drive at 5s a couple of months ago, I don't even know the dates of them, I was thinking, will anybody watch my videos? And some people that are friends with me, they were like, Becky, well, I've been watching your videos, and you know, you went from 25 views to 50 views. And I'm like, really? I don't even look at who views my video. I just get on here and talk because I like talking and sharing information. So after he said that, I was like, okay, it went from 25 to 50, then 100, then 200, and some of my videos have over 300 views. And so I just want to be grateful and say thank you for sharing, liking, commenting, whatever you're doing out there on social media, because I do love sharing all my knowledge about Amazon and eBay and e-commerce and how it's changed my life and how it can change your life too. Okay, if you want to learn how to start selling on eBay, you can go to makemoneywithbecky.com. If you want to jump right into private label, privatelabelcourse.com. See you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Bye.